Yeah, Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. We are here. Another episode, another Taco Tuesday. So you know what that means. Yes, Randy Weber, welcome on back in the building. Is hey, pleasure to be here, and always a pleasure to talk sports, chop it up. We about to cook with my brother Randy Weber. How you doing, man? How's everything?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I can't really complain about nothing. How are you doing?
Man, hey, life is good. Life is great. Air in the lungs. About to spark up some weed. I got some drink in my cup. I'm good, man. I am good.
Good for real.
I am good. Family is good. Wife is happy. Kids are happy. So hey, man, I ain't got too much to complain about. But man, let's get into it, man. As y'all see the headlines, man, not so great for a certain guy out in Chapel Hill. Hubey Davis will not be returning to the court side of the Chapel Hill or North Carolina Tar Heels out in North Carolina Chapel Hill, UNC Chapel Hill, whatever how y'all ever say it. He ain't coming back. It don't matter what you call the place. He ain't going back there. He gets the axe, gets a pink slip, and we'll kind of talk about why he did. We'll talk about some NBA. There's something I wanted to get your ear about on the NBA and some discourse that's going on in the world of sports that is going on that I wanted to talk about. So we'll talk about that. Obviously, NFL always gives us something to talk about. The draft is right around the corner, so we'll definitely, we can always talk NFL, so we'll hit some of that up. But I want to start here, Randy Big Dog, because I don't know if we ever had this conversation about Daryl Doucette. And if you're not familiar with Daryl Doucette, he was the flag football guy. Once they announced that the flag football was going to be part of the Olympics in LA in 2028, and a lot of people straight assumed that, oh man, we're going to just throw the NFL players when we're in gold. And there's an actual NFL USA team that has already existed for been here, been playing flag football for a long time, and they've been. Hey, don't do us like that. Hey, this is flag football. We the kings of the flag football. We should be representing Team USA. And, that little Fanatics little flag football game kind of gave everybody a little kind of, I guess, a little taste of what Team USA, the actual flag football team, would do fair against the actual, just a whole bunch of NFL, people, names. And obviously, I think we can take it with a grain of salt. That wasn't like the best of the NFL that was there. Also some people who weren't even on NFL teams, like Odell Beckham, was there. But regardless, I get the sentiment of it was pretty much framed to look like an NFL versus USA, Team USA kind of flag football joint. And what came out of that discourse is a lot of stuff, man. And shout out to my man Kevin Pierce. He did a piece on it, and I thought he did a phenomenal job on talking about it. And I left a comment on his thing. If you ever get a chance to check out K Pierce's content, please do. But no, here's my discourse on this situation, Randy, and I'm gonna pull up the audio of what Kevin Pierce said in the piece that I commented on, because I thought it provoked it for me a conversation, because I thought this was something that I don't want to say it was small, but coming out of the conversation or coming out of this weekend with that flag football game, it's like, damn, like y'all really just gonna act like NFL players can't adjust to a flag football game? Like, I was kind of taken back to it, man, and I was just like, man, what are we doing? Like we acting like these guys aren't in the NFL, like they aren't, the absolute best.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think, like a lot of people, that when I first knew that the game was happening, my instinct was like, well, like after seeing these NFL players and seeing how, amazing at least most of them are, it seemed like I got caught up in the hype of like, well, these are the NFL players, like hell, they're NFL players. They're the best of the best in football. But if you, after the result, if you really think about it, I don't think it's that surprising. I mean,
I'm not surprised at the result. And
it's like it's instinctual for them. If you've been professionally trained, it's like there's a common thing that like everyone's kind of aware of in like the music world as an example. Where like guitar players are not always or even often very usually good at like Guitar Hero, right? Like it feels like a step down, but it's because it's just not naturally instinctual because their training is different from it, and it's like kind of close, but it's not the same thing. This is kind of like that. And like you're trained for tackles, and now you have to keep do like body control for where your flags are, and that's not something that as a football player, right? So NFL player. So I'm not that surprised by that.
No,
in hindsight. But I think that they could absolutely, with training, get to the point where they're able to beat the flag football people. I think it's just that they didn't have that. But I think they could get there just with some training.
And I'm gonna put my man K Pierce IG handle so you guys can check out his content. The guy does great work. I talked to the guy a couple of times on other podcasts with Bobby G on Friday, Audible podcast, and he's amazing. But here's what he said. Here's his content that he had, just the audio. I'll let you guys, like I said, I'll put the description in there somewhere, his IG. But this was pretty much the talking point that have the conversation. I'll play it and then we'll react. Are you there? All right, come on.
All players.
All right, where we at?
Just dominate. Oh, but
there we go. Right.
We called him a madman. We all thought the NFL players were going to be able to walk on the flag football field and just dominate. Oh, but Team USA learned us something. Went out there on national TV and put the belts to the hind parts of all of our favorite players. And the biggest takeaway we should all have NFL players will be great for ratings and social media clips and all that when it comes to the Olympics. But if we as Americans are serious about winning this gold medal, which is always what we should be, we gotta send Team USA. The NFL players gotta sit at home.
And to an extent, I do agree. And again, I'm not picking on my man K Pierce, but I want to say that you did inspire this conversation, or the thought of having this conversation, by your piece. I do think that he's right in that. Yes, we should take away that. Yes, kind of what you said. Team USA should have won that flag football game. Absolutely. All right. No disrespect to the NFL players. I think that, hey, I think you're phenomenal athletes. We know that. We're not going to poo-poo that. But yes, flag football is an element of flag football is an element of football, but it's a modified version of your sport. So yes, there are elements that are going to feel comfortable to you, but that even the shrinkage of the field is going to take some time to adjust to that. The rules of flag football are going to take some time to adjust to that. Grabbing of the flag itself going to take time to get used to that. Like you said, the body control, how to make sure and twisting that dipping of your body so that nobody snatches your flags. Going to take time to get used to that. There's elements of flag football that are just going to be in favor of Team USA, of a flag football team that's been playing together, been playing flag football year after year after year, compared to guys that's been playing on a big old wide ass 53 wide football field, 100-yard long, playing tackle football. It's just
a lot of those players not having chemistry with each other.
Period.
Like, even just in the NFL, like you said, like Team USA, they've been playing together for years and years. NFL players just kind of randomly mishmashing each other. Like that does also, like, the chemistry that you develop with your teammates wasn't there as much for Team USA.
But the biggest part of what sparked this conversation is when I jumped in the comments. I made my comment, and I had a couple of people come at me in the comments, was like, nah, bro, just let the Team USA have that moment. That's them, that's that. And the question I had proposed was like, all right, I understand what everybody is saying, but can we not act like that if we give NFL players, give them a roster of a flag football team and tell them for the next 2 years leading up to the Olympics in 2028, play flag football together. You cannot tell me that the flag football team of NFL players can come together and formulate a team within the next 2 years and don't know how to dominate the game of flag football. I find that asinine, because my thing is we're talking about players who are playing football on the ultimate level, right? And you want them to come down, and I don't care how you slice it, it is coming down a level in sport-wise of, in my opinion, whatever, how you want to slice it, how you want to, verbally phrase it. I just think coming from the NFL to go and play flag football is, to me, a step down. However you want to say it.
It's certainly a step down in terms of like the athleticism of the competition they'd be up against, for sure. Like they're going to be physically superior.
Yes. And I guess my biggest point is that yes, the flag football team, rightfully so, handled their business, did a phenomenal job of showing why they should represent Team USA. But I am not going to sit here and act like if we give the NFL players time to play that sport and compared to their sport, I'm always a component of this, Randy. It takes 28 days to create a habit. I've always been taught that as a manager. All right. So for those who don't know, Wildcard Mara, my real background is in culinary. All right. And when I was in management, I had a manager, and some of the things he taught me was like, it takes 28 days to create a habit. All right. So because these NFL players play football, they already have an advantage of getting on that learning curve of learning flag football. Again, it's a derivative of football, is it not? So they're going to have they're going to be ahead of the learning curve of learning flag football. You give them 30 days, 28 days playing nothing but flag football, you telling me they don't have an idea of how to master that sport? I find that hard to believe, and I'm just like, I get it. The flag football guys did their thing, and I'm not trying to take it away. So if anybody thinks I'm being a hater, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that I am just under the mindset that if you give NFL players that same time frame to learn that game, and especially between now and the Olympics in 2 years, you give me 2 years to prep? Are you serious?
Yeah.
You should walk away with the gold. I'm not. What are we talking about?
No, I mean, like I was saying before, yeah, I agree. I think that you could take if you took the best players of the NFL, if they were willing to do that, because that's also another thing. Like, if you're going back into the NFL and then going to the Olympics and back and forth, risking injury, team contracts, all of that kind of stuff would now have to be modified if it makes sense for those players to do it. But if let's say that you got a team of, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry, like Jamar Chase, Puka, JSN, Justin Jefferson, whoever you think's the best at every position right now, and gave them years to play together, and they were willing to dedicate the time away from the NFL to do that, yeah, they would dominate. I think for sure they would dominate.
I don't even think I don't even think you have to get to the top of the line guys in the NFL to win a gold medal right now, or get them ready for 2 years.
Even if like the second team all pro players, even if you want to just grab all those guys, like you could do that too.
I could throw a whole bunch
of just random guys.
No, a whole bunch of rookies and sophomores. Here's why I say rookies and sophomores. The younger the guys are in the NFL, the closer they are to doing what. The same thing as flag football. All them jokers been doing the same 7-on-7 shits for the last 15 years.
True.
They've all been doing the same.
That might be why Ashton Genty was part of this.
I'm not tripping that like you don't have to get the top of the line guys to represent Team USA in 2 years for flag football. They've been playing the same 7-on-7, almost same kind of concept as a flag football for the last 10, 15 years at all these damn camps every damn summer. These cats in the NFL, look, I know what people are going to say. Oh, it's a different game in this flag. It is. Wait, come on, man. Miss me with that bullshit of acting like these NFL cats can't grasp that concept real quick. I'm just kind of like, I'm baffled that people really think that the NFL guys just wouldn't be able to succeed.
No. Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
I think that's crazy too. And like, I'm saying, like, if you want to ensure that we win the Olympics, go after the best guys. I agree, you don't have to do that. If you were to just like rookies and sophomores, I do think that makes sense because of what you said. If you just get like consistently very good players in the NFL, because like a very good player, like we could point at like it, and people always say this, like, well, like, oh, this player sucks, like this player. Any player that we think sucks would still dominate almost anybody in the world at the sport. You could take like Evan Neal. Evan Neal sucks. Everyone agrees that Evan Neal sucks. Your average person in like high school still can't do what he does.
No, still can't get around him. If you ask him to pass block half of America, he'll still put him half of them in the dirt.
Right, just because of how high the threshold is to be in the NFL at all. Yeah. So I agree. I think if you took that and put those people in just like good NFL players who teams are willing to risk going into this much more so than their like biggest stars, and gave them some years. Yes, I agree. I think that they would be able to dominate the competition out there.
Yeah.
The transitions, like, because the thing is, like, it's not like innate, right? Like the people who are playing flag football now are only good at it because they trained. Like, if you're taking people who are physically superior to those people and also letting them train, why wouldn't they become good at it?
Hey, look, and I'm not trying to take nothing from Derek Doucette. He should have all the confidence in the world. But when my man said, like, I'm better than Patrick Mahomes, which pretty much sparked this conversation a year ago or so with a lot of people, and when they first announced they was going to do the flag football in the Olympics, a lot of people like me was like, "Oh, bro, you crazy." And if you really look at what he's saying, playing flag football right now, yes, he should be better than Patrick Mahomes. But my thing is, Daryl Doucette, give Patrick Mahomes a month, let him know the way of the parameters, the measurements of the field, the rules, regulations. Can I scramble? Can I do this? Blah, 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 blase, blase. Give him a month playing flag football. I don't know if we having that same conversation, Daryl. All right? That's all I'm saying. Give my man Patrick Mahomes a month playing flag football. I don't think you will be better than Patrick Mahomes. All right? I'm just saying, like, it's cool to have all the confidence. I understood what you meant, playing your sport. You may be the Patrick Mahomes, but damn it, if I get Patrick Mahomes to play your sport and give Patrick Mahomes time to play your sport, Patrick Mahomes will be Patrick Mahomes. You will no longer be Patrick Mahomes of that sport. You'll be Daryl Doucette of that sport. All right? I'm just
Yes.
look, and again, and shout out to Daryl Doucette, because I thought he did a great job of talking with Dan Patrick. You know, he was like, hey, you know, and I'm gonna pull it up in just a second. You know, he handled it very professionally and what he said. So I thought he did a good job, and we'll take a listen to what he said right now. So
do you feel, Daryl, that you proved that you should be the representatives for the Olympics and no NFL players, current or past, are necessary to win a gold?
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, everyone wants to win gold for our country, but we just didn't want to be overlooked. We didn't want the names to overshadow the guys that's been playing this game. It was never NFL versus Team USA or versus flag football players. It was more so like, let us get our opportunity, let us get our shine, and let's compete together. Let's strengthen each other, meaning the flag guys could help the NFL guys with things, and the NFL guys could help us with things. It was never about them versus us, and I don't plan on it even being like that. Like, those guys, I thought I would have a lot of negative things to say after the weekend, and all I could think was all the positivity that those guys showed towards us.
Do you feel
so? Hey, you know, and I'm glad that he said that, because I think the narrative kind of really got taken out of context when his comments about a year ago, and not his fault. I just think when you got people who do what we do, content creators, or even people on ESPN, FS1, or you know, with mics in their hands and cameras in front of their faces, can say some dumb shit, and you get fools that follow. All right, so I think a lot of what he said a year ago got taken out of context. So I'm glad he not Dan Patrick. I was talking with Rich Eisen right there.
Before we move off of this, I just wanted to OBJ looked pretty good in flag football. I was happy to see that. And that one-handed catch again, he still got it in him, you know.
Still got it, don't he?
Yeah, maybe
got it.
Vet minimum for $1 million, you know. See, John, take a look, you know, bring him back.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, Odell did look good. Odell looked good, and as much as I dislike the guy, Tom Brady for 47 didn't look too shabby his damn self. I get it, it's flag football, so I ain't gonna put too much stock into it.
Right, of course. I'm not saying we put any of these we give any of these guys contract based off of this, but
no, and I do love the fact that a Paul brother still managed to be a dickhead in a situation. So
right.
I don't care what situation it is. If a Paul brother's involved, they will find a way to be a dickhead, bro.
They do. It's what they do, and they make money doing it for sure.
I'm just like, it's crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy how. But no, but as we move off, look, final takes on this. Look, whoever represents Team USA, whether it's the flag footballers, whether it's the NFL players, the expectation is gold, regardless. It's in your home country. It's a sport that you implemented in the Olympics. Be in the host country, you get that right to do that. Bring home the gold. And I'm confident that whoever represents, whether it's the flag footballers, the NFL, or a mixture of both, I'm cool with mixture of both. You know, because I'm totally fine with seeing Odell over there snagging one-handed joint on an Olympic stage. How many guys are going to say that? Hey, I got a Super Bowl ring and a gold medal. He'd probably be the first one to say it.
That's true, and that would be something special for sure.
So I actually wouldn't. You know, I hope they entertain the thought of having a mixed USA team of flag footballers, and
it'd be great for ticket sales.
It would be great because you get the best of both worlds. You get the NFL guys who can bring the needle moving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the actual flag footballers who are going to, if they have to, carry the meat and potatoes of the actual winning of the games, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, and they could also help teach the transition to the NFL players.
Bingo. I mean, look. Here's one thing about flag football we also got to be serious about too. It's starting to become a sport across the nation that has also integrated women into football. It's also been a easy way to transition youth into football. Also been a transition to, just period in general. It's always been an alternative to actual tackle.
Yeah.
It's always
liability concerns with like CP and all of that. There is a place for it.
Yes, and there's definitely a place for it. Not only is there a place for it, you're starting to see it actually be competed at the level and intensity of padded football in high school levels, especially in the DMV area. They got, and it's in both genders, women and men. So I love the fact that there's a spot for it, not only at the high school level, but they're starting to become scholarships that they're going to start offering for programs in college for both genders for flag football teams. So that is growth right there, because they weren't doing none of that when I was growing up. It was either play ball or flag football was intramural or some gym shit for fun shits and giggle shit.
Yeah, for real.
So the fact that it's at this point where they're giving
you did that, and then the next week you do square dancing.
So flag football has come a long way. Flag football has a place, just like you said, Randy. And as we transition on, last thing I gotta say, respect to Daryl Doucette and the rest of the flag footballers, because he is right. They should have never been overlooked as hey, if this is our sport, why not come to the kings of this sport? Because they are the kings of that sport, and I understand that. But at the same time, Daryl, you understand how business works, baby. You understand how the world works. And I'm not saying it was right, and because it wasn't, and it wasn't fair. But damn it, Daryl, you from the boot, and you of all people from the boot know how life is. Life ain't never been fair. And you got to take what you got to get. So it is what it is. So I understood, the flag football is gripe and the disrespect, because it was a form of disrespect. Like, hey, man, what the hell are y'all to just say that these NFL cats could come in our sport and just say that they just gonna win gold? And look, it is what it is. We'll see what's up. Shout out to my man Omar, man. He said, agree, offense could get caught up quickly, but on defense, it would take much longer. The quick, fast switch moves and flag would be harder for NFL defenders, and that's totally fine. And I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But give my NFL defenders who play more than just zone and can actually be lockdown defenders and get a way of the, because for me, I think the biggest thing, especially the defenders in NFL trying to adjust the flag football game, is the spacing on the field.
Yeah.
And trying to figure that out, because it's a whole totally different field. But once they figured that out, I think it's a ball game over. I think shit's done deal. Because after that, you just covered.
Right, exactly. You get some man coverage schemes in there, some good man coverage corners, and you're already so close to them as it is. Then they just pull the flag off.
And no disrespect to the flag footballers, but I don't. Are y'all sure y'all can cover Jamar Chase? You sure? Whether it's flag football or not, you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You sure you can cover?
Tall ask.
Hey, you sure you can cover JSN, the most highly paid wide receiver that just got buku money the other day? And we see what he do. I don't care. It don't matter if it's flag football, any football. What he do on the field translates everywhere. You sure you can cover that? That's all I'm saying. So as much as we want to give our love to the flag footballers and how they dominated the footballers in their sport, we're not having this conversation. We turn the tables around, goddammit. We're not having this conversation. We ain't doing it. I'm just saying we having a different conversation. Put the pads on there, cuz. I'm just saying we having a different conversation, dog. Put the pads on there, cuz. Anyway, because we they get sacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
that
no, first one of those, like, all right, we're putting Myles Garrett up there. Let's see.
Well, good.
Let's see if you can grab the flag off.
Hey, because Miles ain't worried about no more flag, bro.
Mhm.
But one person that got sacked today, and man, he should have seen it coming. Hubert Davis. First weekend of NCAA tournament just finished up with the ladies. This I think yesterday or Tuesday tonight, whatever. Obviously Thursday kicked off with the men's tournament, went throughout the weekend. But UNC didn't wait too long to make sure that they Hubert Davis wasn't going to return. And I'm gonna be honest, Randy. This was inevitable. This was inevitable. You know why? You want to really know why this was inevitable?
Tell me.
It's because there's two things. Oh, okay. Correction. Three things that went against Hubert Davis. All right. Here's number one. They asked that brother to follow up a legend. One thing that, as a coach, is one of your hardest jobs in the world to do is take the job that was vacated by a legend. It's hard shoes to always follow a legend. So you talking about Roy Williams was a legend that you followed? Oh, damn. Yeah, that was gonna be tough. That was gonna be tough. All right. That was one thing that went against Hubert Davis. The second thing that went against Hubert Davis, NIL. He's coaching in probably one of the most hardest coaching atmospheres in collegiate times ever. No matter what sport it is, NIL is hard because there's money involved. Hey, and transfer portal. All that shit is real hard. And Mar, what are you talking about? Dan Hurley managed to win 2 back-to-back national championships. Man, it looked good, didn't it? And so far, I'm gonna let y'all know that what Dan Hurley did, those 2 national championships back-to-back, is such an anomaly right now. Such an anomaly. But what happened with Dan Hurley when the roster that he had to take with the tournament ain't been with him for 3 or 4 years? He ain't winning them tournaments. He didn't win the last year now, did he? And, not too bad. He's got a chance to win this. But let's be honest. Dan Hurley's a good coach. But it's not going to be so easy when NIL transfer portal is always going to NIL and transfer portal. Because he's not immune to it. So my point is that those are 2 things that went against Hubert Davis and why he got fired. The third thing that went against Hubert Davis is the fact that he had to follow a legend and deal with NIL at the same damn time. He dealt with number 1 and number 2 at the same time. That's the third problem. I mean, when you got to deal with trying to follow a legend and deal with the NIL transfer portal scene in college sports at the same time, damn, that's tough for a brother, man. Damn, that's tough. That's a tough task for a collegiate basketball, football, tennis, whatever coach you are in the collegiate league to be dealing with. Because when you are a collegiate coach, you are the general manager. Well, before NIL and transfer portal, before they started hiring people for general managers, which is a new thing in college sports. As y'all now see that they run college sports now like professional leagues now. Oh my gosh. I swear somebody said that on the show before, Randy. The fuck? I swear they don't listen to me, bro.
They ain't listening.
They not listening, bro. Because I swear somebody has said that on this damn show before. Like, damn, man. How about start running these shits like a professional team? Because you're just a fucking minor league for the NFL, NBA anyway. But Anyway, as I digress, my main point is Hubert Davis was stuck in a situation where you're trying to follow a legend and deal with this atmosphere of collegiate sports as it is. It's tough. But the numbers don't lie. My man was there for 5 seasons. You know how many times he missed a tournament and had a first round exit out of the 5 seasons? 3. That's not good. Not with a place like North Carolina, as the basketball's blue blood as they are. And it doesn't help that Roy Williams only missed a tournament or a first round exit 3 times out of the 18 seasons he was there. The numbers don't help him. The numbers didn't help Hubert Davis. So the fact that my man was dealing with trying to follow up a legend, trying to deal with the NIL money scene, the transfer portal scene, where you got to deal with worrying about making sure I got enough NIL money to keep my starting 5. Otherwise, I'm going to lose somebody to somebody else. And let alone, you can lose them to your fucking damn competitor down the street to Duke. See how that works? So I think Hubert Davis was just kind of in a situation where, damn, man, it's a lot of variables that are just not in your favor. And here you are. This man is probably going to be back on ESPN within the week, like he was before he got that UNC job, which is not a bad thing. They make good money at ESPN. The mouse pays well over there at Disney, all right? But I'm not going to act like my man Hubert Davis, you're not absolved for everything, because there are some things that you can affect in the NIL transfer portal world. You can definitely affect the recruiting, you can definitely affect, how you utilize your talent. You weren't the best coach at all times. But come on, man. Stakes are always high in the blue blood in UNC. And I'm not surprised that you got clipped, my man. So, yeah, man.
I had this funny observation on college sports the other day that I'll share with you. I don't know if you've ever noticed this or ever even thought about it. Is it weird that all of the good colleges, the good colleges that are good as colleges, aren't also good sports colleges? There's never any overlap between them. You never see any Harvard, Yale, and any of those doing any. They're in the NCAA. They're in football and basketball. They don't do shit though. But Alabama will dominate the sport.
Amen.
Has anybody ever gotten, I don't know, a master's from Alabama in radiology or anything? No, it exists just as a football place.
And look, you're not far from the truth. And, obviously, spending a lot of time down south at my life, look, they take sports to another level down there. Now, I wish they had the same energy when it came to medicine and academics, but that's neither here nor there. All right. And, I spent some time up north, and obviously you being up north, Randy, I'm not saying that you don't find athletes up top, because that would be a lie. You find some of the best basketballers up top. All right. You find, you can find probably your best lacrosse players up top. You could probably find, whatever. There's athletes up top. There's athletes all over the whole United States. It don't matter where you're from. Now, but my time spent up top, I noticed that they a little bit more care in their academics than say down south. All right.
Oh,
it is. All right. It just is what it is.
We could name I don't know, the best for football especially, the best northern schools. There aren't many. There's Penn State. A second one doesn't even immediately come to mind.
I hear you. But Penn State is probably that one. I guess you can call Ohio State a northern one, but that's more Midwest in my opinion.
Yeah.
Midwest.
That almost feels like cheating.
Yeah. But
Michigan.
Yeah. So anything above the quote unquote Mason-Dixon line, they'll call it the North. So look, I'm just of the mindset that at the end of the day, value whatever you value at your institution, but keep it real how you value it. Don't say that you care about this, student athletes when you only care about the athlete part of the student. So don't Don't sell me something that you don't wholeheartedly believe in. You don't.
Right. Like it's not like a school like Alabama is not still pushing their students for success.
Oh, they're definitely. I mean,
very specific narrow field, which is fine. That's totally fine. We don't get doctors from New York and Connecticut and California,
it's
and then
it's not a disrespect. All I'm saying is
football players make a lot of money, very often more than doctors. Nobody's disrespecting that.
all I'm saying is that, you know, if I had to get a surgery, you know, I prefer that I you know, my doctor has a degree at the University of Boston or Johns Hopkins, or, you know, he's been he did a tenure at Chopton Philly or some shit. But, you know, I'm not gonna jump to the guy that got his you know, a doctorate at damn you know, Alabama. No disrespect, you know, I'm pretty sure they got a fine medicine department. But resume wise, I know who to go to if I need a certain thing. If I need a certain thing, I'm gonna go to the places and know for a fact that I'm going to get the quality that I want. If I know I'm going, if I know I want to run it back, I can holler at University of Alabama.
Yeah. Right. So to grab a ball and run into people really hard, like that's
all you.
Yeah, that's all you.
I know who to holler at. You know what I'm saying? If I know I need a wide receiver, I'm gonna go holler at Ohio State. I'm gonna holler at LSU. All right, I know where to go to. I need a so and so for this or that position. But man, it's just collegiate sports. It has changed so much over the last just 10 years. It's changed so much, and just because we're talking about. Even when the last time we got a college football video game was 2014, and then they brought it back a year ago, and just in that time span, just the change in college sports has been bananas and nuts. So I'm just looking like, man, my Lord, why couldn't you just make me been born about 15 years too late, bro? Because I cleaned up this in the hell, dog. Because all you need is a character, bro. You ain't even got to start to make money in college sports, dog, to get NIL money.
So before we end the college segment, who were your do you have any predictions for March Madness?
I really didn't have a prediction. I just knew for a fact that Kansas wasn't going to win, because obviously being in the area, I can't stand these Jayhawk people. They get on my damn nerves. Oh, we're the king of basketball. We got our national championship. And I'm just like, yo, bro, like, hey, man, y'all do know y'all are not the best team this year. And I kept trying to tell them, and you know, well, we got Peterson. I said, oh, yeah, the superstar that barely wants to play. Yeah, okay, yeah. Hey, he worried about his NIL deal. He ain't worried about that Jayhawk bullshit. Like, and no disrespect to my man D. Peterson. I am not bashing him, but just looking, observing him, watching him play, and the way he interacted with his team, and the way his coach had to get on him to eat in the game, just over the season. It looked like the guy was like, "Hey, man, I can give a fuck about what Kansas is. I care about Peterson on the back." I'm not saying he's selfish. What I'm saying is it looked like the guy was making business decisions. That's all I'm saying. And ain't nothing wrong with making business decisions in this climate of NIL and transfer portal. Because you know why? Because it has been going on since the beginning of the NCAA by chancellors, ADs, coaches, people in the damn positions higher up of the players have always treated this damn playing field of coaching and finding the bigger bag every year. They've always done it, of chasing the bigger bag every year. We've seen coaches time and time again. Oh, I love this university. We won a national championship. I ain't going nowhere. Breaking news. Coach signs 5-year, $80 million deal with Tech University. And he up and gone.
Yeah. No, and just like nobody should blame anybody for going where the bag is. Just be open about it. Like we don't need bullshit. Like you don't need to lie to us. Like we know you're going where the bag is. That's what we would do. We
would do
get
the
it.
same thing. We get it. And thank you for saying that, Randy, because human to human, we get it. We ain't gonna. We understand your reasoning. We understand your why. We're understanding is why are you pretending that we don't understand what it is? Now you're trying to play us like we stupid. Now we're pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm mad at now, because now you're insulting my intelligence as a human being. Like, come on now. So, look, man, I wish Hubert Davis the best. I thought he was I think he has great basketball IQ. It just didn't work out, man. Times are hard in these. Hey, look, there wasn't no secret why the Hall of Fames and the legends was leaving. They saw the writings on the wall. Ain't no coincidence. Mike Krzyzewski and Roy Williams said, "Boy, it's time to get the fuck out of this shit, bro." Ain't no coincidence. Nick Saban said, "Hey, man, I know I built the dynasty in Alabama, and I can get away with murder down here if I really want to," because he could. He said, "I gotta get out." Ain't no coincidence, bro. It's a different game out here, man. Hey, man, you got to be able to adjust to the actual game within inside the game of what college sports is, which is professional sports. And if you didn't succeed in professional sports, Nick Saban, that's why you got out. He said, "Oh, so I saw this shit before. I saw this shit I gotta go." I'm being for real. When you see the landscape changing from college sports, what it is just from 10 to 15 years ago, to literally the shit is just a literally microcosm of how you run your NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, professional team. Nick Saban said, "Oh shit. Wait, y'all hiring general manager? Oh man, yeah, I had one of them in Miami. Nope. I gotta run this roster like an NFL team. No, yeah, because no, you no longer are all the power no more. That's really ever being 100. These coaches are no longer all the power anymore. The dynamics of power are changing. You just start. The power dynamic is changing in college sports, and it's not all on the coach. He doesn't have all 100% of the power anymore.
Right.
At this point, I don't even think this motherfucker got 50-50.
Yeah, it's starting to move in the direction. Like, because like the NBA is a perfect example. Like the NBA, the coach has almost no power. Like he's everyone's whipping bitch over there in the NBA. Like, and now college is where like the standard of like the coach is the boss was, and you know we're kind of seeing that start to change as players are getting paid. They're getting more power. And I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. It's just a different thing.
It's different. And I think it's not only is it going to take a time from adjustment for not only for players' sake, general managers, owners' sake, our sake as fans, because it's going to affect the game in a different way. It's going to affect how players move, manipulate, or just overall how they go about their business on and off the court, field, baseball diamond, whatever. I think it is going to affect the overall product and how we are presented a certain content, which is kind of a transition in this one, is because I think there's nothing wrong with change. And here's one thing that's been getting some leeway in the NBA world is just the discourse on Wemby kind of outright saying like, okay, what if I do get the MVP? What's wrong with that? If I bust my ass and I do this and doing that, why should I not win it? I guess a lot of people are coming at Wemby saying, "Hey man, you ain't got no accolades, no this and that, and you over here talking like I deserve the MVP and then blah blah blah." And I kind of, Randy, I was kind of taking off putting taste in my mouth by people really hating on Wemby for him having confidence on wanting to win the MVP. And I'm kind of like, was he not supposed to say I don't want to win it? Like, what
it's weird. It's very weird because like sports is competition. people do seem to, especially now, kind of forget that. And I hate the really tired cliche of like everyone's soft now, you know. But like in this case, like that is exactly what's happening. Like they hate the competitiveness. Like Wemby, and Wemby is a cocky guy. Like I don't think he has developed that reputation, but the Knicks fan, I can tell you, like the way he would refuse to shake hands after he won the NBA Cup. He's an arrogant guy. He's also a professional athlete. He's supposed to be to some extent. It's not like it's not inherently a problem. And also, he is in the running for the MVP. I don't know if he's my number one, but
I don't think he'll win.
It's not an unreasonable like for him to say I think I should be the MVP. It's not like it's not like D'Angelo Russell saying it. Like it's he does have a good case.
I mean, D-Lo catching strays, bro. That's crazy. But I mean, to your point, because you need somebody who watches basketball to have some kind of I guess focal point of or your point of what you're making, which is absolutely 100% valid. I'm just look, man. We can't keep doing this, man. Of having certain topics, I guess, expose people of ages. I guess if that makes sense, because and it sucks because you know, me being 38, almost 39, I'm stuck in that thing where I'm like, I understand the old school and I'm trying to understand the new school, so I'm like right in that middle. So you're trying to find that medium balance, like J. Cole said. You know, I was, middle child. You know exactly what. So it's crazy because it's like, you know, I'm little bro and big bro all at once. So it's like, yeah, I'm trying to find that balance when it comes to certain topics with sports, and the old head in me is saying like, I understand what they saying about like, yo, man, you ain't got no equity in this, bro. What you talking about MVP? And I understand that part, but I'm also looking at this part where it's like, who cares what his resume says? I'm talking about his resume now.
You don't have to like have a championship to be an MVP for this year.
Exactly.
He has not only been in the running consistently throughout this year, there were periods where he was, in fact, the favorite. He was the number one guy on the MVP ladder. He just isn't now because other guys like surpassed him in like consensus perception, but not by much. He could easily have a stretch going on the rest of the season that puts him at the top, and really the only thing he'd have to do is just like SGA or, you know, Luka or whoever would have to just play a little bit worse during that period. Like it's that close between him and several other guys. Jokic, and I think also like Jokic is another one that's in that same conversation still, although because of the team record slipping, he might not get it now. But Jokic, I don't know if Jokic had anything to do with people hating someone campaigning for their own awards, because Jokic seemed to actively hate being given awards. So I don't know if people just preferred that for some reason. I think that's weird. Like, bro, like, yeah, you should want to be the best. You should say that with your chest, bro. This is the same generation that are like MJ's generation. MJ did nothing but talk about himself. MJ talked about how great he was all the time. Kobe did the same. Like that generation is whining.
And that's my point, Randy. But that ageism shit is like cats that the old heads like. Do y'all forget to have amnesia? Y'all do know the greats that we talked about has so much ego. You do know that, right?
Yeah, MJ, Kobe, Shaq. Like it's so selective.
It was mandatory that you had ego. If you didn't have an ego, nobody took you serious as a superstar. If you didn't have edge, nobody took you serious as a superstar in our time.
Larry Bird was cocky. KG was cocky.
Like, come on, name me a superstar growing up that we watched that wasn't arrogant. Name me one. Tiger Woods, arrogant as fuck. Kobe Bryant, arrogant as fuck. Name one. I love Dion. He's a different form of arrogance, but he's confident as fuck. But it's a form of arrogance.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You see the background? Alexander Ovechkin, greatest hockey player probably ever played. He got a little arrogance to him.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Oh no, he got a little arrogance to him. You know why?
No. I mean, it's a hot take that he's the GOAT in hockey.
Well. I mean, he passed Gretzky. I mean, but look, that's okay. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna be, if you're in that upper echelon of your sport, and we're talking about GOATs of your sport all time, I don't care what the damn sport is. There's a form of arrogance in you. There's a form of, damn it, you know what? I'm the fucking shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm the GOAT of shit, all right? I'm going to go win the fucking championship. Who going to ride with me? What's up? You just got to have it in you that you're going to be a jerk. You're going to be, it ain't personal. It's just that in order to separate yourselves and to be in another mother damn level, and most ain't ready to sniff that air. You gotta have a little arrogance about you, bro. I'm sorry. And Michael Jordan and Kobe are prime examples for me. Tiger Woods is a prime example. Tom Brady! Come on, bro. What are we talking?
Tom Brady was calling himself the GOAT before there was a good case for it.
Come on, man. Even for you younger generations, there's a form of arrogance in LeBron James.
Yeah, he calls himself the king. He does this over every game.
He called himself the king coming out of high school.
Yeah.
He ain't even played a minute in the NBA. He already called himself the chosen one and the king, Cole. Come on, bro. That's arrogance, bro. I look.
That's the thing. Also, like, it's the older generation. The thing that frustrates me a lot about them is that they'll talk from both sides of their mouth all the time. They'll, on the one hand, call everything modern soft. Like, the new game is soft. There's no competition. There's no defense. People don't play hard. No physical. Blah blah blah. Like all of that. And then they'll be like, "How dare you say such mean words? How dare you speak so highly of yourself?" And it's like, pick one. Like do you want everyone to be like hard body alpha males, or do you want everyone to like have like sportsmanship like that guy from that commercial? Like, what do you want? Like, just pick a lane.
Oh, because cats want they cake and eat it too, and like sometimes it kills me because I'm over here just looking like, yo, and my man Wemby is having the season that he is having, and you're watching this, and he continues to have this throughout the whole process of 82 games, and you don't put him on your ballot, yo, don't vote no more. Look, if you're not gonna have an honest opinion and an honest take, and unfortunately he's not going to win it because I don't think his team is going to have the record for it, and I don't think he's going to have the success in the playoffs, which is another thing I got a problem with how they do.
Shouldn't affect the MVP.
Yeah, but come on, let's not act like it don't with the NBA. I think it does.
I mean, unlike the NFL, I think the MVP is usually announced earlier, so I don't know how much it could affect it. Like, whoever the 7th seed is, they're going to beat the 7th seed or the 6th seed or wherever they end up ranked. I think they're still second. So they're beating the 7th seed. That's
you're right.
That's a guarantee.
You're right, because they have announced like the MVP probably like in like the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah, like I think they handled that better. That's why the whole thing with Dirk Nowitzki happened. Because of the time they announced it. But yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna win it now. Who would you pick if you had to pick someone right now? Because I do think it is pretty close among the top guys.
If we're talking about MVP and the emphasis on V, valuable, I would go Wemby.
Okay.
Because I mean, we've had this conversation on this show. I had this conversation with many people throughout the whole sports world who I connect with in podcasting. Valuable. Take Wemby off that Spurs team. If you take it, and not a slight on SGA, and I'm not saying that he's not important. But we've seen them at even without J-Dubs be potent, periods without Chet be potent. We haven't seen them without SGA on the extended period of time. So that's more credit to him that he's durable.
They didn't have him for a small stretch this season, and they, I believe, have a winning record without him.
And that proves my point.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the teams they went against in that period of, also do matter. They can inflate that, but I think you're correct in terms of who brings the most individual value to their team. I mean, the on-off numbers even do support that. Wemby has the biggest difference between him on and off the court of any of the top stars. So yeah, I think you are correct. I think that people underrate how important defense is because,
and that's my thing.
They'll give it to like someone like right now, Luka's another one that's in that top bracket. Luka does nothing on defense at all.
He's a liability.
Right. He's a liability on defense, but he has the best scoring numbers. Does he have them on the best efficiency? No, but he has the best volume numbers because he also has the highest usage percentage of anybody in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So because of that, he has now eclipsed Wemby, who is the best defender in the NBA. And also a great offensive player.
Best player in the league.
Yeah, so the question is, how much more important is offense than defense? That the best defender in the NBA, who's also a great offensive player, should rank lower than the highest scoring offensive player in the NBA, who's a liability on defense. Right? Like, how do those two things average out to each other?
Because I tell you why. I tell you how, in analytically, it doesn't. It doesn't. All right, numbers, right. It doesn't.
And the on-offs don't support that Luke is that much more valuable than Wemby is.
They never will. But what does support Luka's case is the fact that the motherfucker could drop 60 right now, and that'll be the first thing talking on SportsCenter tomorrow. Mm-hmm. That's why. Because there's certain things, and Luka is just going to do, and not to take anything away from Wemby, because let's be honest, Wemby's an alien, so he's doing things that deserve their own SportsCenter mentions themselves.
Plus, the Spurs are still ahead of the Lakers, so
they are. But you also said the Lakers. Now, the Lakers not going to be a franchise that people are going to talk about, want to narratively push Luka over Wemby. I mean, those are aspects that are part of sports now. We got to look at not just the actual sport that the individuals are playing. We got to look at the actual elements of the actual sport. Like, who's going to move the needle? Who's going to make these sales? Who's going to give me the best ratings? Who matters in all that shit? Oh, give him the MVP because he's going to affect so many different things. When it comes to, and I think that's another thing where the old head in me fights so much with sports nowadays, is because it's like the old head in me is like, yo, give me my pure sports. Give me my pure sports.
Yeah.
New head in me is like, it's not just sports. This is sports entertainment. Because fact of the matter is, especially, us being wrestling fans, we are far too familiar with that world. Mm-hmm. The problem with sports now is that that world of sports entertainment that me and Randy are so familiar with the WWE, AEW, and all that shit, is coming to the pure sports that have shunned on that type of sports for so long, but have adopted their business plan and are following their formula damn near to a T.
Right. And there were aspects of it always. It's just a matter of it's just a matter of, I guess, degree and in what way. But yeah,
it's flooded. It's full on. We're following your whole game plan.
I mean, that's why like sports media is all like debate show now. Like it's all heated. It's all person versus person.
Hey Randy, nobody's gonna want to admit this, and I'm gonna clip this. The sports world owes Vince McMahon a lot of love right now. They will not give that man his flowers.
No,
that man look like a crazy motherfucker. He is slightly crazy, but
slightly, yes.
When it comes to the actual marketing business, the formula of sports entertainment, he mastered that. And I don't care what nobody says. Even the NFL adopted some of his shit he did the first go around. He did XFL. So his imprint on sports entertainment right now is shown heavy, but nobody would admit it because his name is linked to some dumb shit, and rightfully so. If you want to feel like he's a piece of shit as a human being, rightfully so, by all means. But I'm not going to act like that guy didn't do some shit for sports and entertainment that is not currently being used right now, because it is. And his formula is being copycatted to the T by the NFL, NBA, soon enough to be the NHL, and soon enough to be the MLB. They're following this formula of how to make a successful sports entertainment content product.
Oh, speaking of which, because the last time we were on this show together, we were covering the BAM game, the day of the BAM game, the 83-point game, where he set the modern record, breaking Kobe's second place record. Now, that's a perfect example of the way in which that whole form of marketing and entertainment broke into sports. We covered the game itself, or at least the end of it, but we didn't cover the discourse that followed it.
The discourse came after it.
Yeah,
a lot came after.
We haven't talked about that. What do you think of the whole conversation around this?
I looked at it this way, man. 83 is 83. I get why a lot of people, oh man, about the fourth quarter, you up at this many points. It was a travesty. They were doing all they can to make him get the points. Hey, look, there's 48 minutes in an NBA game? 48 minutes. Hey, man, first of all, Bam was wearing their ass out for 3 quarters. All right, so I had no problem with him and his teammates and his coach wanting to see how far he could take it. I had no problem with it because, there's the thing called defense.
Right. It's not his fault that they keep fouling him and they can't stop him. Even knowing he's the one that's taking the shots because he's trying to run the number up.
Yeah. Everybody and their mama knew he was about to get the ball every damn possession that he got the ball. We knew. Well, duh, the man been heat checking for 3 quarters. What do you think was about to happen in the 4th quarter?
Right. No, I agree. I think the whole thing has been ridiculous. I've never seen.
Where's your balls at?
I've never seen that great of a performance have a negative effect on a player's perception before, but that is kind of what happened, and it was the weirdest thing. He dominated the game. Yes, he'd had a lot of free throw attempts. He had a ton of them. Was it more impressive than what Kobe did when Kobe was doing it because his team needed to, rather than to build on top of a blowout? No, Kobe's was more impressive in terms of what he had to do to get those points. There were less free throw attempts, all of that. I get that. However, it's not his fault. He kept getting fouled all the time. They need to learn how to play defense better. That's on the Wizards for being a garbage team. They didn't even have Trae Young, and their defense sucked.
And they left Bam on a lot of 1-on-1.
Yeah. Exactly.
They rarely doubled him, and if they did, they were late on the double. So it's kind of like,
right. No, he shot from outside the arc. He got the points up, and yet, yes, a lot of them were free throws.
He took 22 threes, Randy.
Yes.
You can't say that the man was over there just bull. He was bullshit because he took 22 threes, but
and it was. I don't think his efficiency was great.
Oh no, it was 7 for 22. Yeah, it was terrible. But my thing is, he took 22 threes.
Yes, when he's not a guy known for taking a lot.
Come on, man.
He was legitimately just being like, let me see how many points I can.
Yeah, let me see how many. Yeah, of course he was, because he took 22 threes. That's when I knew he's like, it's the Wizards. Man, let's see if I can run up on these niggas, bro.
Yeah, and then keeping him in the game, I think is fine. I don't see why you should. Why would you take him out at that point to stop him?
Yeah.
For out of respect for Kobe, why? It's just silly, and the missing the free throws thing on purpose. I get, but
I hear that.
But also, Wilt did that. like when he put his 100 up, he did shit like that.
Hey,
Like
look,
nobody talks about that because it happened so long ago. No, I think Bam just had an insane outlier, once in a lifetime performance.
oh yeah,
And
he had an out of body experience that one time.
yeah,
He'll never do it.
exactly. And
Always
just like,
loves
you know,
that.
congrats to him. I think a big part of the reason why this is happening is because,
It was him.
and it was him, and he's not the guy who's supposed to do that.
Oh,
But one, I think that makes it more exciting, not less. The fact that anybody can just randomly do this on any night, any random game between a tanking team and a play-in team can lead to something like this. Um, and the other thing is, and you know, Kobe was one of my favorites growing up. You know, I used to have a Kobe bobblehead when I was a kid. You know, like
Yep.
I was, you know, I liked Kobe. That all being said, Kobe has possibly the most emotional fan base in all of sports.
hey.
They do this all the time. If you objectively point out anything that is not favorable to Kobe,
Oh, trust.
they are so mad, and that was even before he died.
Oh no, look, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm a Kobeite. All right, Kobe is one of my guys. Obviously, you
Of course,
see,
as a Lakers fan, of course, I'm sure.
as a Laker fan, of course, I'm well. Okay, I say my Laker fandom supersedes Kobe's fandom. All right,
Okay.
that's for me. That's, but as you can see, even right behind Randy on the graphic, that's Kobe Bryant right there. All right, so I never made no bones that I've always loved Kobe. I got jerseys in my closet right now I can get. I'm talking about I've had since high school. And so regardless, my point is that I never took this as a slight to Kobe, because Kobe wouldn't have taken this as a slight to Kobe if he was,
No,
because Kobe
you think
had
he'd be whining right now?
and not at all.
No.
He would have been like, "Hey, Bam, get yours, bro. Good for you." He would have gave Bam all the love in the world for it. He probably would have had some jokes, like, "I would have never seen your ass doing that shit." But you know, I could definitely see him saying that.
It might take it as like a point of competition. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get 85 next week,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
fine. It's the
Exactly.
point. It's a sport.
But my thing is like, come on, for all the Kobe'ites who are really taking this shit to heart, is like, yo, go touch grass, relax. It's not that deep, because the fact of the matter is, there's going to be a lot of records that Kobe Bryant is going to have that are going to get broken. Sorry, if you're going to do this every time it happens, please do us a favor, turn off your computer, turn off your phones, log out, and just sit this one out, because it's not that deep. It ain't that. Look, do I miss Kobe? Of course, I RIP Kobe every year. January 20th come around. All right, that's my dog. I'm still just as hurt that he ain't here. But fact of the matter is, when it comes to some of these basketball conversations, yeah, I'm like y'all. I never liked the discourse of how all of a sudden my man just don't get mentioned as one of the greatest of all time. I think it's just slight to him. I think it's a disrespect, especially if you are just that much of a carbon copy of of somebody's GOAT of Jordan's caliber. Come on, you need to be mentioned. That's another conversation for another day. But my point is that it's just been a lot of discourse on Kobe's name past his passing, and it's like, it's getting disgusting. Like, so what that Bam did this? It's a record. It ain't meant to last forever.
Literally, I've unironically seen some Kobe fans argue that Bam, out of respect for Kobe, should have sit it out and not tried to break his record, which is one of the most insane things I've ever heard a sports fandom say.
Hey, stop
Like, is this not competition anymore?
That's why I'm that's why I'm so baffled with that shit, Randy. Like, you really asking the guy, hey, stop playing basketball in honor and respect of Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe than the rest of them. If I was Bam out of body on that moment, man, fuck that. Give me the ball, man. I'm about to jam on all these motherfuckers until they stop it, bro. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, we can't have our cake and eat it too. You want to call the players soft and then all get mad at they competing. We can't just say, oh man, y'all some pussies, y'all some bitches, but get mad when Wemby say, man, I want to be MVP because I'm balling like one. We can't have our cake and eat it too as sports fans and say, we hate this but want that. and you can't have it both ways, and it's really irritating.
Yes.
Golly, come on, y'all. Leave Bam alone. We really hating on him, sending death threats to him and his lady. Now that shit was crazy.
That is especially crazy. That's
come on,
almost never acceptable.
What are we doing, bro? Over because my man scored 83 points.
Yes, unless you injure Cam Scadaboo through an illegal hip drop tackle, it is never okay to send death threats to a professional athlete, unless in that very specific circumstance.
Whoa. Hey, my man. Hey, Scadaboo. Hey, man. Hey, stay away from the microphone for a minute, bro.
He was joking.
I know. Yeah, but
was joking.
Randy, you know this climate. You know this climate. Jokes will get ran, especially we can say
coming from him. I thought, especially knowing that it's serious.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was serious. Now, but what I'm saying is, Randy, me and you can joke about CTE all day on this platform all day. All right, Cam Scadaboo can have the same platform, but he's Cam Scadaboo. He can't joke about CTE.
I feel like if anybody can, he'd be the first one to be able to be allowed to do it. Like, how many people have joked about him getting it specifically?
I know. Me and you can joke like that. What I'm saying is he can't.
I know. But
Cam Scadaboo himself cannot joke about that being an active NFL player. He can't joke about that because it's going to easily, and it did, get taken out of context, and he had to turn around and apologize.
Which is the same hypocritical, everyone's soft now, but also how dare you make these meme jokes type of bullshit. Like,
I'm just saying, man, you look, in today's climate, especially when you are on that stage and that realm of I guess not I guess persuasion on what you say can affect people's, I guess, every day-to-day lives. But what I'm saying is his reach and what he says is going to get scrutinized on another level than what me and you would ever say.
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, as of right now, because hey, don't get shit twisted. It might take whenever it happens. Me and Randy might blow up in the motherfuckers. Then y'all gonna start scrutinizing what the hell we gonna say. So
I'm gonna start getting death threats from Zach Vaughn fans for joking about sending him death threats.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like both of us gonna come at me in my DMs, man. Take them stupid shades off. I'm like, man, hey, them lights hurt my eyes. Shut the fuck up. But so look, there's gonna be a point in time people gonna scrutinize what the hell me and Randy gonna say, because I believe that there's gonna be a point that this situation is gonna take off, and we're gonna be put on a platform by people, and they're really going to take what we say to their heart. And
100.
And just because he is Cam Scadaboo, because he's an NFL player, because of his popularity that he just garnered over this past NFL season, and especially the way his college football career ended, leading into his rookie season, they're going to put him and what he says and what he does on and off the field under a microscope. They're in there every day. And he better get.
He's such a young kid. Like, he's not used to it, because after he got injured, when he went to Monday Night Raw and like he went to the mall and whatever. Like,
he was
shit about that, and like you could tell it from his reactions. He's like, "Why is everyone being like weird at me?" Like, he's such a kid. He even said he didn't really grow up watching football that much. He's mostly just a player.
Yeah.
And so he's like, why is everyone being weird? He's like, bro's like, what, 22 now?
And
like, he's young. He's a kid.
And that's the thing. And that's why I'm glad you said what you said. Because I thought in the moment, when he said it, I thought he was just being just a kid that was just jokingly not paying attention to.
He barks at people. He doesn't take it seriously.
He's not taking nothing serious. He's having the time of his life. And I think that's what sucks about how society, and again, for about the 1,000,000th time on this platform, when the lines get blurred of how society is a microcosm and bleeds into sports world, and here it is again. He's a kid, man. Y'all get up off this dude, like, my man. Like, I get and I give him credit for apologizing and whatnot, but I didn't really think it was.
I don't think he should have had to. Like, I get it. You have a brand, you have an agent, you have all these things where it's like, it's either that or risk hurting your own brand, and it's not worth it. So I don't blame him for doing it, but like it was mad unnecessary. I guess also the NFL is concerned like people will actually take it seriously, and
they did
know,
because Jerry McCoy came out and got so butthurt and said his old.
Well, take it serious. Yeah, no, take it seriously in that way, but I also mean take it seriously. Like, you know how they always have the "don't try this at home" warnings.
Yeah.
That maybe they were worried like kids would see that and like I don't know, run head first into each other. Like I don't know what they're worried about, but there are layers of liability and branding and marketing and all that stuff that they're just a reality. And like I get it.
No, I totally in. The NFL front office definitely called the Giants front office and said, "Hey man, tell your boy to go apologize. Tell him chill out, bro." Because I mean, I get it, man. Say what y'all want, man. There's a lot of I guess needle moving or sway that comes with the NFL, bro. They look is taking over. In my opinion, all sports in at least in America for sure as the most popular sport. The NFL has done a phenomenal job of marketing their product 24/7, 365 now. And they're just good. They're going to hammer you if you say anything that's controversial. You know what I'm saying? And even just for saying it. So let alone don't fuck around and Ray Rice now in 2026 if you want to, bro. That's your ass, dog.
Yeah.
Your motherfucking ass. But don't do that. Don't ruin your career. I just, some things is like, come on, man. Well, let's lighten up off these fellas, man. But the draft is coming up.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the pro days.
Yeah, we are in the middle of pro days. Have you had time to grasp your mind around a possibility of Jeremiah Love? I'm kidding. I don't think he's gonna make it to you guys.
He better not. I don't want John Harbaugh tempted. I don't want him. I don't want him dangling there like the forbidden fruit on the tree in the Garden of Eden. I don't want it.
You know he's tempted.
No, not for me because I understand.
No, not for you. I'm talking about John Harbaugh. If you really think that John Harbaugh is looking at that clock, winding down, Jeremiah Love is on the board, and he's like, "Do I pass this guy up?" Like I like you, Tracy. I like Scatterboo, CTE. I like you. You know, Singletary. You cool. But now y'all some love.
I would suicide bomb his house.
Hey, no crash out, bro. Please don't crash out.
Oh, look, I think it would be cool if we covered the draft again like we did last year, or at least the first part of it. And I promise you, I will in fact crash out if they do the wrong thing.
Oh, don't crash out.
I will find the nearest body of water, which is going to be hard because I'm in the Bronx, but I will find one. I will just walk directly into it.
Oh, bro, I can't. No, cause like, look,
I'll go through my Joker arc, bro. Like I've had it, bro. Like if I get all of hope, all of the hopium of John Harbaugh coming in, us having a mostly very good free agency, and then he pulls that shit on me.
Yeah,
I was already skeptical when he cut Carmen Brasillo. You know, I was already skeptical when he cut Bobby Okereke and then replaced him with Tremaine Edmonds. But I like Tremaine Edmonds, so I was like, all right, John Harbaugh, all right, okay. Yeah. You know, I'll give you some of the benefit of the doubt. If he pulls that shit on me, I'm going Joker mode.
Look, and here we go. Look, at the end of the day, All I'm gonna say is that John Harbaugh, I'm not saying that he's already won all of G-Man Nation over already, but what I will say is that this man came in, him and the GM worked they magic in that free agency, whether people want to admit it or not. I thought they had a solid free agency, and you can't have a letdown at the draft.
Yeah.
With that pick that you guys got right there in the first round, I think you got to knock it out of the park. And if you ask me how this draft is going to really shake down, I say it starts at 2, because one's obviously the set in stone pick.
Yeah, that one's done.
2's the wild card all the way through the top 10 is a wild card. You like, who the fuck is going to get picked? I have no fucking clue.
It's such a weird draft class because after
quarterback.
Yeah, no, there's one quarterback that anybody really believes in. Ty Simpson is very debatable. And then
2 overall.
You have the edge class, and the edge class is weird because outside of David Bailey, everyone has some sort of weird asterisk next to him. Like Ruben Bain and Cassius Howell are great, but they also have historically small arms. You have Akeem Mesidor is great, but he's old. Keldrick Falk can't rush the passer. So like all of the top edge prospects, or TJ Parker is coming off of a huge down year in Clemson. So the edge class is weird too. You have prospects that would have been the best in their position, like Jordan Tyson for receivers and Jermon McCoy for corners, who are both coming off significant injuries. Mm-hmm. So they could go anywhere from the top 15 all the way to the second round, depending on what people think. Like it's just, and like 2 linebackers, a safety, and a running back all might go in the top 10. Probably will go in the top 10, and that's weird. Like it's just, this isn't normal. This is a very weird draft class. Fernando Mendoza wasn't on anybody's radar a year ago.
No, but because of I guess the shortage of quarterbacks in this draft, or should I say the shortage of elite talent at quarterback in this class, the fact that Dante Moore went back, I think had changed a lot of that too. Yeah, because I think if he stays in this draft class like everybody expected, he's easily the second quarterback. And I mean, I'm not saying that he could have ever overtaken Mendoza, but you can make a case on why you could take him over Mendoza.
If you win the Heisman and the Natty, you're more or less guaranteed to be first overall as a quarterback. But Dante Moore was pretty neck and neck with him at certain points throughout the season.
Until he went up against Indiana twice.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're being honest, Indiana defense did not make him look good. They got the worst of him.
But if Dante Moore was still in, he's going second overall easily, like you said. I'm not necessarily higher on Ty Simpson than consensus, but
but do you base a top 5 pick on Ty Simpson?
Here's the deal. I think that if you need a quarterback, I think you just take one sometimes. Not even necessarily because he's definitely the guy.
You just don't lose out and say, I need a quarterback.
I think that, Ty Simpson, for maybe the first half of the season, looked as good as Mendoza and Moore. He looked great. There were periods where he was expected to go first overall. Then he started getting worse, but he also had gotten hurt. I think that since consensus still has him as a first-ish round player, I think if you know you're not getting him with your second pick,
then you get him.
But I think you can justify it maybe trading down and then taking him, but realistically, I don't think he's getting past the Steelers one way or another. I think if he falls to the Steelers take him.
I can justify taking Ty in the 20s.
Yeah.
I can't justify him taking him in the top 5. That's all I'm saying.
I get it. I my opinion on that is kind of not common, and I think that like how many quarterbacks have people been wrong about who fell much
Oh,
further than they should have?
well,
I
you're
mean, Brady's the obvious example, but that Lamar Jackson at the end of the first, the
Aaron
Patrick
Rodgers.
Mahomes ended up going later than expected, right? Like you never know.
I hate.
And in this, remember last year what the discourse was when it was Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Jackson Dart.
Mhm.
Is this the narrative last year was this quarterback class sucks. Next year's is going to be loaded,
And
and
then,
everyone should wait for next year. And look at what this turned into. Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, and Ty Simpson weren't on anybody's radar at all. It was about Garrett Nussmeier, Drew Aller, Cade Klubnik. Like, those were the people who were supposed to stack it. Arch Manning was expected to come in at one point, and none of that ended up happening.
Orange went
So-
back. And
so
all
if
those
you're-
other guys are just kind of like names in the draft now.
Right. So if you're the Cardinals and you look at the situation, you're like, Ty Simpson had a very good first half and he has a lot of tools that we like. We could either take him now, we could risk him going to the Steelers, or we can just punt on quarterback and hope next year is good.
Oh,
And if next year's not good, then we're in
come back next year.
QB purgatory. Like we're just going to keep doing that over and over. I don't love doing that.
No, but my rebuttal to that is hey, I've done this quarterback thing before with Kyler Murray and it just didn't work out. So what I am going to do is let me build the rest of my team. Let me go get Jeremiah Love because I think it would be foolish because I think they need running back support. They got a lot of problems they got to fix over there in Arizona.
They do. I think if they don't take quarterback, their choice is going to be Francis Mauigoa because they don't have a right tackle right now, and they do need one.
No. But my point is with this year, between the offseason, the whole offseason, whether it's free agency and the upcoming draft, we need to make sure that we're going to build our team. So whenever we decide to get our quarterback, whether it's in next year's draft or the following draft, whatever process they got, let this quarterback come into something that's going to make it an easy transition because we made sure we made it comfortable for you, bro. I got you the left tackle. I got you a running back. I got you a wide receiver. Oh, and I built you my motherfucking nasty defense at quarterback. Just go play ball. So fix the team now. Get your quarterback. I look, Ty Simpson might be a great quarterback, and I might be absolutely wrong. But damn it, I'm not willing to take the risk. Let that be somebody else's discovery or problem to deal with.
I get it for sure. Who do you, now that the Chiefs have 2 first-round picks, who do you think and who do you want the Chiefs to pick?
I think they're going to take best player available at 9. And of course, I'm in agreement with you. I have no idea how. I think more times than not, you kind of can get a gauge on how the draft might go. After the Raiders, I have no idea how this shit's going to go down. I can't even put my finger on to try to dial in on how this shit's going to go down.
Right.
And more times than not, and obviously I know we still got time to go through some shit. Like you said, pro days are happening. Some cats got a chance to move their stock up. Some cats are going to diminish their stock. So how we don't know how this shit goes. Obviously, we'll you keep our ear to the reporters and whatnot that actually are actually reporting the facts and kind of gauge on how the draft is going to go. But I'll say this. And Ruben Baines somehow is magically there at 9. He snatched him.
Agreed.
Obviously, I was always, hey, go get Jeremiah Love. But when you go get Kenneth Walker, it would be asinine for them to even if, and I say this, even if there's a chance that Jeremiah Love is still on the board at 9, I think you still pass up on him.
That's interesting. So we agree that when you already have a really good running back in place, you don't then draft another one in the top 10. I thank you for making that point.
I'm just saying, look.
Because I agree. You're correct.
If we didn't sign Kenneth Love, I'd have been still pounding the table right now to go get if we didn't get Kenneth Walker, my bad. I would still be pounding the table to go get Jeremiah Love.
Right.
But my thing is,
you actually needed a running back.
Because you would still need a running back. So my thing is, and I think I said this the last time we talked, the moment he did his combine and he showed and the amount he participated in between the running back position and the wide receiver position, that was it. They were the NFL and these other 31 teams, they are going to find a way to collude. I don't give a damn. They were not going to let the Chiefs get their hands on Jeremiah Love, period. It was not going to happen. And I saw what he did. So did 31 other general managers. They said, I know a lot of people are mocking him to the Chiefs and got a lot of people mocking him still on the board to the Chiefs. Hey, y'all, we can't let the Chiefs get a hold of this, cuz. Point blank, period. It was not going to happen. You think they were going to let Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have Jeremiah Love? Hell the fuck no. It was not going to happen.
Do you think Love is going to be better than Kenneth Walker?
I think.
Obviously, that's depends on the team that he goes to as well, right? But
from me, how I saw the Chiefs operating, I'm under the impression that they thought that they were going to get a literally franchise-altering running back in Jeremiah Love. And they were ready to go get him. And then he did the combine. And then the whole world saw what he could potentially be. Because what I saw at the combine, I saw some of a athleticism of a B. John Robinson, of a CMC, of somebody who's going to be a running back that's going to garner top of the position pay when it's time to really get the bag.
Which is also another problem with taking him that high.
Exactly. Because after that 4 years, you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to be willing to commit 25, 26? And at this point in time, 4 years from now, we're talking maybe 30.
So we talked about this a little bit because you've been banging the table saying he's going in the top 5 or, so on and so forth. I think, and this isn't necessarily a prediction, this is just if I ran each NFL team, which would be the one I would take him at, I wouldn't take him until the Vikings at 18.
Ooh.
I don't think any team has any business taking a running back that high until them because Jets obviously have no business. They already have a running back and they also need a lot of other stuff that's not running back.
Facts.
Cardinals, I don't think Tyler Algier is the answer, although I think he's good. But they also have
I thought it's a weird signing.
Yeah, but they also have no O-line. They have no right tackle. They have guard needs. It's gonna be Ashton Jeanty with the Raiders all over again if they take him.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't like that for them. The Titans have a ton of other needs, a ton of more important needs. They need edge. They should be taking that.
They need
Giants, I have spoken to death on whether they should not be even sniffing the running back room. Browns need an entire. They got the offensive linemen in free agency, but no real game changers, just starters. They need another offensive lineman at least to play left tackle, and they need a whole new wide receiver core. They already have 2 good running backs. They don't need to be looking that way. Then after them, it's the Saints. They just brought in Trevor Etienne, so they don't need to look that way. Who's that? It's you guys. You just brought in Kenneth Walker. You don't need to be looking that way. Bengals need an entire defense. They lost their by far best defensive player.
They needed an entire.
And they needed every position on defense before, and the one position they didn't need, now they need on top of that. So they need a whole defense. They should not be looking at running back. Who's after them? Dolphins. Am I ready to lie? am I ready to lie? Is that what you're asking? I'm never ready to lie. I'm a sports commentator. I speak nothing but
Hey, that man, Bobby G is such a petty instigator, bro. That is
he's
so hilarious.
so petty. When Cade has his own things, let him get his lungs together before he starts worrying about basketball again.
Oh yeah, they say he gonna be out for a minute too.
You're gonna be out a minute. I mean, until Cade eliminates the Knicks from the playoffs, like the Knicks did to him last year, like I don't. This conversation is null and void. So Dolphins should not be taking a running back. They have Devin Achan, and they have a barren secondary, a barren offensive line. That more important needs. And then if you just keep going down the board, Lions already have Jahmyr Gibbs before the Vikings. I'm trying to remember who else is within that like bracket of space. Who else is within that bracket of space? Like it's just there's who's 12? I'm blanking. Who's 12? Is it?
Hold on.
Okay.
I got the whole order in front of me. I'm over here tripping.
Sure.
It's the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
So Cowboys could justify taking a running back after losing their running back in free agency, but they also need an entire secondary. I wouldn't do it if I were them. The run game was not the issue for them last year, so I wouldn't do it for them.
Rams at 13. Rams at 13. Ravens at 14.
Okay. Rams at 13. They have Kyron Williams already, so I wouldn't do it for them. I think they could. They also need a right tackle. The Ravens have Derrick Henry, and like I get that Derrick Henry is old, but even if he retires like 2 years from now, you'll have eaten up half of Jeremiah Love's cheap years already with him being a backup. It's not worth it.
But they also just lost a center to Lindenbaum, so I would probably make that a need of filling that void.
Yeah, they have guard as a need. They definitely could use corner help. It's just not the move they should be making. They could even justify putting another pass rusher next to Trey potentially. The Buccaneers, they have Bucky Irving, and even if you don't think Bucky Irving's a reason to not take Jeremiah Love, they need pass rush, and they could also use more help in the secondary. So, but
speaking of the Buccaneers, not to cut you off.
Yeah, sure.
Shout out to Levante David, hell of a career.
Yes.
Call it a wraps today. Probably the most underrated linebacker, the most disrespected, in my opinion, because he did a lot of years in Tampa Bay, suffering and losing, but that didn't reflect his personal body of work. The guy has always been a badass. Loved his game. I've always loved his game. Being from the Midwest, watching him at Nebraska, where he played his college ball. So loved watching when he was number 4 in Nebraska, being a being a hell raiser in Nebraska. So hey, Bobby said, how's Scatterboo gonna laugh at CTE when the QB about to be the poster boy for that shit? Hey, that's
hater shit, bro. Man has one concussion, and that's crazy.
That's wild.
Damn, see, like someone needs to cancel Bobby G for that shit, right? Like if you're making tasteless CTE jokes, we don't do that on this. This is a family-friendly pod.
No, come on, what's wrong with you, Bobby? Oh man, no, you didn't mess me up. I can't even remember what he's talking about.
Right, but like to my point though, like up until you get to the Vikings, every other team has a more serious need than running back. So which team do you think ahead of them should be taking him if it was you?
Shit, maybe Washington.
Oh, I forgot about Washington. Washington also needs a pass rush. I get that they brought in I.O.W. I never know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, I.O.W. from Baltimore. Yeah,
I.O.W. Yeah, I get that they brought him in, for what was, I think, a pretty absurd overpay. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't think that solves that issue. Like if any of Reese, Bain, or Bailey somehow falls to you, I think you take any one of those three over Love if you're Washington.
Mm.
So I don't know. I think a lot of teams will be enticed to do it. I don't think a lot of teams should do it. I think the Vikings are the perfect team because they're basically, they'd be adding him the same way like Saquon was added to the Eagles as a final piece to an otherwise completed team. And I think that's when you're willing to take a running back, or when you should be.
Yeah.
Like Jahmyr Gibbs worked for the Lions because they already had the offensive infrastructure in place. If you had brought him in to be the offensive infrastructure, it wouldn't have worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's my train of thought. And like I said, I just looking at how the way that the Chiefs move, obviously a Chiefs fan, and then I saw the way that New Orleans had moved. With us signing Kenneth Walker and them signing Travis Etienne, which, by the way, I had to. What took you so long to tell us your pronunciation of your name, bro?
I thought that was weird too.
You should have told us a long time ago about the pronunciation. You've been in the limelight since Clemson days, bro. You could have told us then and there. Like it was like
Bijan. Well, Bijan was the same thing. Like he had been in the NFL for a couple of years.
Like, let us know, bro. Like, hey, because we want to get your name right, because it's out of sign of respect. Like, let us know. Like, set us straight from day one. Like, don't wait 8 years into the NFL. Let us know it was HN the whole time. Like, come on, bro. Talk to us. Like, fuck. We had to see you get the bad to let them know your true pronunciation, cuz. Like,
nah, Tedero McMillan did it right. Like, as soon as he walked, it was like, yo, fucking call me Ted. Like, just don't do it.
Call me this. Yeah. But like come
all
on,
right, bro.
All right, cool. But no, the moment that I saw those two running backs, the top two running backs in free agency, go off the board pretty much immediately once free agency opened up, I think it had gave me the impression that both the Chiefs and the Saints was like, yeah, we ain't seeing Jeremiah Love. We're just not gonna see him. So that's why I'm looking at between 2 through 7. It don't even necessarily have to be those teams, whether it's the Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Browns, or Commanders. Do not be surprised if one of those teams jumps up in there and go gets Jeremiah Love. Like,
that's a lot of draft capital to use on a running back. Not only trading up and putting it. I could see a team doing it. What I'm
saying is a lot. But I hear you. But I'm gonna give you a team. What team like a Dallas Cowboys wouldn't make that splash? Dallas Cowboys wouldn't make that splash to go up and go get Jeremiah Love. Name the running back that.
You know, I hope they do.
Well, my point is Jerry Jones has always, hey man, he loved his running backs. He's always loved his running backs.
Yeah, and it worked great for them last time.
I
hope they do it.
He loved his Emmitt Smith. He loved his Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like he gave up the world to go get a Herschel. We remember that world trade he gave up to go get Herschel Walker.
True.
Like all I'm saying is don't be surprised if
no, you're right. It makes sense. They have 2 firsts. If any team can afford to give up some draft capital, it'd be them.
And don't be surprised if he doesn't to spite y'all and jump in front of y'all. It causes spite because I mean,
good. Like, please spite me, Jerry.
Or makes a trade with Cleveland and gets in front of the Commanders.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
If they were to somehow trade up, but like I don't know, any like 2, 3, or 4 Jets, Cardinals, or Titans, if they traded with any of those teams, I could see Jerry doing that. Do I think that's a good decision? No.
I don't.
Do I want them to do it because I don't think it's a good decision? Absolutely. And I could see Jerry Jones doing that.
That's all I'm saying is like, hey man,
and maybe he could lead himself to be like, you know what, I could fill secondary out with like through the rest of this draft, right? Like the back 7, I can do that through the rest of this draft. But there's only one running back that's worth this level, and then like it's like third rounds and lower for like the rest of the running back class. So I might as well get my guy here because of the lack of depth at the position. I can see him coming to that conclusion on that logic.
Yeah, here's also a scenario I can see happening. There's a running back in New Orleans that needs to find a home because they just signed one. Alvin Kamara got to go somewhere.
True.
What if he ends up taking one of those spots, that Seattle job, that Minnesota job? Because I got to see where Alvin Kamara lands first before I make this full-fledged take, because I got a gut feeling that we see Seattle with a hurt Zach Charbonnet on the sideline and the Kenneth Walker no longer on the roster. They got to make some kind of running back move at some point in this time. So I would never rule out the Seahawks. I don't care if they're sitting there at 32.
Yeah.
They got to make some kind of move at some point in time. And if Jeremiah Love starts sliding, let's say Jeremiah Love, for the sake of conversation, gets out the top 10. If you're not John Snyder in Seattle Seahawks and you don't find a way to get your ass up there in front of Dallas at 12 and go get Jeremiah Love, I don't think you're serious about getting back to that Super Bowl, dog.
Yeah.
Because you literally just had your Super Bowl MVP. You can't re-sign him. How does that happen? I need to be the fly on the wall to understand why that situation dissolved. But I ain't never heard of no Super Bowl MVP and saying, thanks for the MVP, but fuck y'all, bro.
Wait, are you suggesting the Seahawks should trade up for Jeremiah Love? Is that what you were saying?
Either get Alvin Kamara or go get Jeremiah Love. That's what I'm saying.
That would be.
You got.
They have the last pick of the first round. That would be steep for a running back.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I've seen the Chiefs go from 27 to 10 and end up with Patrick damn Mahomes. All right?
27. Okay. Where Jeremiah Love is likely to go, we both probably agree he's going in the top 7. How much do you think that would cost? Of like at least another first.
Another first, probably
third on top of it.
If I'm the GM of one of those teams, I need a first in this, obviously this year, this round swap, first round swap. I obviously need a first next year. And I'll be cool with a second either in this year or next year's draft. Preferably next year.
Ooh, I mean they lost Reek Woolen, they lost Kobe Bryant. You know, like they have other areas to fill too. Their interior O line is still not great.
But if there's one thing we've seen from John Snyder is the man is one of those guys that has made some of his risks were unorthodox and some signings were unorthodox.
I like the Kamara idea. I think that's probably more reasonable.
That's more reasonable because it's not going to break your bank to try to get Alvin Kamara. I think you can waive like a 4th or 5th round at the Saints to get Alvin Kamara about the field at this point in time, because obviously they don't care to have him no more. You just signed Achane.
Right. So, and also because normally I wouldn't suggest getting a running back that's that old, but if you're already a team in win now mode who just won the Super Bowl, you're in a position where you don't have to worry that much about that. So they could, and just be like, we'll put you on like a cheap 2-year deal to like try to make another push.
And we see, and I really want people to really look at Alvin Kamara's numbers, his total yardage, all right, yards from scrimmage. If you combine his rushing and his receiving per season, the guy still is productive. Yardage wise and total scrimmage yards wise. Durability, you would he's not missing too many games. It's just the problem is that my man is that age threshold. And unfortunately, people aren't going to look at the context of him sharing that time with Mark Ingram, because I thought like that kind of takes away from kind of the beat up on his body, is because his first 3-4 years in the league, he was sharing time with Mark Ingram, part of that duo, and not taking all that punishment on his body, because he wasn't the pounder. That was Mark Ingram's job. He was the scat back, you know.
He was the Sonic.
Yes.
Ingram with the Knuckles.
Exactly. So, and I think Alvin Kamara he's, you know, obviously he's a lesser version of CMC, but Alvin Kamara, hey, a good receiving back, and you know, always been shifty. We saw the 6 touchdown game he had on Christmas, so we know the guy can play ball. It's just that if you're Seattle and you don't want to jump up there, to get the last 2 years out of Alvin Kamara and call it a wrap, but you need to do something at running back position. You need to do it ASAP. So,
yeah. No, and I like that move for them. I think that if a team is looking to get a running back in the market, that what the Seahawks are, I think that match between the two of them does work. Yeah. So I could see them doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. But hey, man, hey, this was a great episode, man. Great stuff to talk about, man. Some great things, some nuggets in there, man. I'm geeked up about this draft. I can't lie, man. This is going to be so much stuff going on. I'll get back to you if we can live stream it again. Yes. Usually on Thursdays, I usually be working. So
yeah, we could do some mocks too leading up.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely do some mocks leading up to it. But it's going to be great as Bobby gets his last punch in and shot up on you. He said, "Is that a leopard skin tie?" He said, "Like Millennium Morpheus."
Bro, this ain't even leopard skin, bro. This ain't even leopard skin. It costs more than your whole house, bro. Don't hate from outside the club.
I hate that man, Ted DiBiase. You said that. I can't. Hey, man, it's been real. Hey, man, before shit get out of control. Hey, y'all know where to find Randy Weber Panther on Instagram. Y'all know where to find me, Casey Walker, on Twitter. Hey, man, it's been real. I appreciate y'all, man. It's been all love, man. With all that being said, hey, man, we up out of here. Hey, peace and love to y'all, man. Hey, until the next time, man. Hey, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We out. Peace.
Yeah. Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise